What's up, guys, and welcome back to Stadium Center. We've got another episode of legendary designs for you, and these are the best of the best. We're gonna kick off this episode with Downtown Kauffman by Jace Chiff. This is an amazing Royals concept stadium for downtown Kansas City, holding over 35,000 fans. This park has classic Kauffman elements mixed in with a modern design that you have to see. Starting in right field, there's a beer garden tucked into the corner with amazing views of the field and benches scattered about to enjoy your drinks from. The opposite side is mirrored with some slight variations, including a larger video board and a hit it here home run target that is definitely in play. But the centerpiece of the stadium steals the show, with cascading waterfalls offering splash hits and separating the main concourse from the outfield bleachers. The classic Kauffman scoreboard overlooks center field and brings the whole design together. Grab a seat from behind the plate and your in-person scenic views of downtown Kansas City illuminated against the night sky in the distance. If you're in the market for a new Royals stadium, consider your search over. Awesome job on this one, Jace Chiff. We're heading out to Portland for our next stadium. This is Willamette Yards by Sluggish Moth. This one is a bit outside the norm from what we usually see from Sluggish Moth. He's drawn up a fantastic expansion team concept along the Willamette River in Portland, seating 31,000 fans. Portland has been eagerly waiting for baseball to arrive in their city, and this stadium would be a perfect fit. Starting in left, he's built a nice concourse leading from the outfield stands to a terraced standing room area. You can also find cabanas situated by the nearby restaurant overlooking the river into downtown Portland. The most iconic feature is in right field with a two-level footbridge connecting the rest of the stadium to the center field plaza. Behind the bridge, you can find fans in their canoes waiting for splash hits and even getting peeks at the game through the built-in windows. This park looks great at night, and the angled batter's eye fits in perfectly with the custom outfield wall dimensions of this stadium. You can also catch a PDX reference behind the Western Metal Supply building in right field. Great job on this build, Sluggish Moth. You took a step outside what we usually see from you, and you absolutely nailed it. Alright, you guys all know this next creator and may recognize his style from previous builds. This is Turbulent Royalty Field by Obituary Turtle. This is a modern build that holds a whopping 54,000 fans when sold out and has an amazingly clean design. He said he used all the memory on the inside of the park and had nothing left over to use on the skyline or the outside facing. Left field has a perfectly scaled double bullpen below the stands near the concessions. He's also included a nice circular plaza in center overlooking the decorative grass berm with a bar and picnic style seating. Center field has a great looking rock formation looming behind the batter's eye. At the base, you'll find a modern glass top dining area around other umbrella covered tables to enjoy your snacks in the shade. If you're looking to make some splash hits, load up your lineup with power hitting lefties and let them fly into the water feature down the right field line. There's also bleacher seating surrounding the area with even more nearby concession stands. Obituary Turtle once again comes through, showing us why he's one of the GOATs when it comes to stadium creator. Be sure to check out his vault, as he has a ton of creations that'll fill up your slots in a hurry. And this won't be the last time we see him in this episode. Just a quick reminder that you can submit your stadiums at StadiumsCenter.com and also check out some of our cool merch, including new t-shirt designs. You can also join our Discord and more at StadiumsCenter.com. Now let's jump in with someone making their channel debut. This next park is Samsung Stadium by Great Sludge. Sludge says this is their first attempt at building an immersive stadium within a street block, and they absolutely crushed it. Holding 47,000, this stadium has a lot of cool features to check out and a nice clean design. Behind home plate, they added a few video boards and opted for angled seating on the top decks instead of the traditional rounded sections. Right field has 3 decks that are all reachable with moonshots. They did a great job with the landscaping along the wall and included concessions below the first level of stands. Center field has a great plaza along the concourse with a mix of brick and tile in the casual seating areas. The trees are a nice added touch for that park in the park feel. We're gonna keep rolling with the water features in this episode, as this time it's left field hosting a huge section of waterfalls. The concourse above connects the stadium together with lots of places to eat and a video board topping off the area nicely. The skyline has a great balance of lighting outside the park, and you can tell this would be a great place to catch a game at. Fantastic job on this one, Sludge, and be sure to keep the awesome builds coming. For stadium number 5, we're headed to Queens to take a look at a park with a retractable roof. This is the Queensdome by Jedi Yank. I don't receive too many submissions with retractable roofs, mainly because they are pretty difficult to pull off. But Jedi Yank did a great job on this one, and maybe we'll eventually get an update to Stadium Creator that'll include a prop or template to make it a bit easier. Kicking things off in left, there's 3 decks with the middle level hosting a small restaurant in foul territory. He's also blended in some buildings into the back of the concourse and added a small garden area with waterfalls next to the batter's eye. Straightaway center has a party deck, and he's mixed in the clubhouse props with a video board to finish off this area, which kinda reminds me a bit of the clubs you'd find in center at Target Field. Over on right, he's mixed it up with just 2 levels, both filled to the brim with concessions and bathrooms. There's also another large video board to display the lineups and show replays of the game. From upper deck, we get a great look at the structure as a whole. This one really came together beautifully and has an almost old school vibe to it. Great work once again, Jedi. Alright, let's head on down to Tampa for our next showcase. This is Assuurant Park by Jace Chiff. This is another concept stadium, this time for the Rays. Located on the bayfront in Tampa Bay, I'm sure Tampa would much rather have an outdoor park than another domed home field, but we'll have to wait and see what the future holds for them. Maybe they should take a look at this. Let's kick it off behind the plate this time. The layers here look great, and facing off everything with concourse pieces is something we're starting to see a bit more. This is a perfect example of how something so small really goes a long way. Next, let's check out right field. I really love the structure here with concessions at the base. A large section of bleachers provide a majority of the seating, and upper deck consists of either a suite or club level. This can provide some much needed air conditioning on those hot and humid summer days. The left field bayfront looks incredible with the city views across the water. The stadium name on the scoreboard is a great touch, and the boats really make this area feel alive. The mixed props for the plaza with the bar and grill blend well, and the palm trees complete that Florida feel. This park looks fantastic at night, and one detail that should be mentioned is that the building selection he used here was perfect for Tampa Bay. Another great job on this one, Jace Chiff. This is one I'll definitely have to play a few games in. Alright guys, we have another stadium from the creator that has come out blazing this year. This is Terrapin Station by Obituary Turtle. Turtle says he had a great time building this one and really likes how the corners cascade down into center field. I have to agree with him that this is an excellent flowing stadium, and he nailed the symmetrical look for the structure. Left field has small sections of bleacher seating with a beautiful concourse divided up by pathways through the grass. There's a couple bars to grab refreshments at that also have rooftop seating, and the concessions are tucked under the second level. The custom shape of the upper deck seat should also be noted as it shrinks in size towards center. Wrapping around the batter's eye into right, you'll notice a symmetrical design with most of the seating. This side, however, has a Hall of Fame circle inside the entrance gates and juts out over the water coming from the falls below second deck. This is a stadium that you should definitely check out for yourself since there's so many little details to find. From the scoreboard lighting, bars tucked into small nooks, and some standing room areas that can easily be missed, the level of detail Turtle puts into his stadiums really raises the bar. Time to switch gears and head to a recreation in the Far East. This is Mazda Zoom Zoom Stadium Hiroshima by Archmage Chemish. This is another one of Arch's specialties, as he's pretty much the GOAT when it comes to recreating stadiums. This park is in Hiroshima, Japan, and is home to the Toyo Carp of the Japanese Central League. This is a really fun looking stadium, and you should definitely look up images of the real thing to see just how spot on this is. He's nailed every detail and used a wide variety of props to get the looks just right, and this overview really shows the care and detail that went into this build. Down the line, the upper decks are divided by an entrance with an elevated walkway connecting them, and a small dining area sits on the home plate side. Left field has plenty of seating and also 2 levels of standing room. On the top level, you'll find some trees among the plaza with small covered areas providing shade from the sun. In center, we see the scoreboard next to an elevated plaza. There's also plenty of standing room here and more tents with vendors to grab a snack from. Right field is probably my favorite part of the stadium. The standalone upper decks with an extra section on the top level has a really cool look, and the multicolored facings provide a lot of character to the stadium. The foul corner has even more standing room levels, and the upper deck has staggered sections of a club level that has a very unique look to it. Arch has once again outdone himself with his latest recreation. If you're looking for a stadium from the past, be sure to check out his vault, as he's more than likely made the best version of it that you can find in the game. Great job once again, Arch. Alright, we're headed back to the States for our next build, and this is also by another creator who needs no introduction. This is Riverwalk Park by Carmen's dad. He says this is home to the Hartford Federals in Connecticut, and like the stadium name suggests, is located on a riverwalk. Seating just under 40,000, he says most of the features are reachable with home runs, so let's check them out. Over in the left field corner, there's a fountain on the concourse next to a bar that has 2 levels of standing room areas to watch the game from. There's also concessions at the back with a few trees scattered about for decoration. Left field has a ton of seating with suites and multiple rooftop restaurants built into the nearby building. He also did a great job working in advertising and scoreboards into this area. Right field has a great design to it. With multi-layered seating and another bar next to the batter's eye, there's plenty of home run targets in this area. At the very top, you'll find concessions below the scoreboard that has become a signature in most of his builds. Tucked into the corner, there's a curved balcony that sits over the top of the water. This is what he calls pass-through canoe seating that is actually coming from the river outside the stadium, and you know we love our canoes. Carmen's dad is another creator that never lets us down. He did a really great job mixing up his style on this one, and it should come as no surprise that he has an architectural background. Another awesome job, Carmen's dad. Alright, our next park is one we checked out on a live stream, but I wanted to include it in this episode. This is Ballpark at the Rail Yards by Great Scott 18660. I actually had a similar idea for a stadium like this with a rail yard outside the park, but after seeing this one, there's no way I could ever top it. This is another one of those stadiums I could spend a ton of time doing home run derbies in. Down the line, he's used metal-style bleacher seating for those who want to get really close to the action. On the first base side, the corner also features some vendors and covered picnic seating to eat at. Over and left, you'll also find a mix of traditional seats and the metal bleachers on 2 levels close to the batter's eye. You'll also notice the nod to Studio 44 on the theater in the background, where you can catch Phil's latest premieres. Right field is where this park gets its name from. Scotty has built an incredible rail yard and industrial park with a nod to Schmitty's YouTube channel. He's also built a fantastic skyline serving as a backdrop, and how can I not love the SCTV target on the water tower? Thanks, Scotty. This park looks great at night, and we had a blast playing a few home run derbies here on stream. Whenever I get a submission from Scotty, I'm always eager to check them out. Once again, great job on this one, Scott. What do you guys think? One more from Jace Chiff? Why not? This one is called Empire Field. His only notes were that this was a Yankee Stadium inspired build, and he crushed it with this one. Jace Chiff has become one of my favorite creators, as he just keeps coming up with masterpieces left and right. Let's take a closer look at his latest build. Once again, we see how facing off your stands really adds to the look of your park, and using the turnstile booth as doors is a great idea. Left field looks amazing with the outfield seating transitioning into the 2 levels of concourse and standing room. He's also included the monuments behind the outfield wall with windows showing off the statues. This style is closely mirrored in right, and I love the detailing with the vendors and concession stands. The stairs from the parking structure prop are also a nice touch, adding access to the upper decks. This center field might be one of the best we have ever seen. There are so many props blended in and sunk into each other to bring this creation together. This is definitely a masterclass of what's possible in Stadium Creator. If you are looking for a Yankee Stadium alternative or just a great park for Diamond Dynasty, look no further, as Jace Chiff has made another instant classic. Fantastic job, Jace, and I'm looking forward to seeing your next park. Alright guys, it's a bummer, but we are down to our last field of what has been an incredible episode. What better way to wrap things up than with another super clean build? This is Center Field by Obituary Turtle. For this stadium, he played around with different concourse textures to create a more custom look. You'll notice a lot of his signature style in this one, but with a few new tricks he's made to make this a really memorable park. This plaza in the left field corner has two levels that flow together perfectly with staircases from the stands for a complete concourse. I really like how the larger section up top is for hanging out and the standing room area is near the field down below. This concourse continues into left and he's gone completely custom with the seating here. He's also used a variety of buildings to create suites on the upper deck and a rooftop patio garden with great views of the field. One detail that you can't miss is the custom Buddy M's beer garden. He's blended in a bunch of different concessions to give this vendor a really unique look and added a 3-tier patio off the restaurant. Right field continues with a ton of seating at different levels that will fit into anyone's budget without sacrificing your view of the field. He's given a great look to the waterfall area and plaza above with great landscaping and a row of concession stands. No surprise, this park looks great at night and I had a ton of fun playing a game in this one. This is another awesome entry by Obituary Turtle and his level of detail always blows me away. Alright guys, that's going to be a wrap for this edition of Legendary Builds. Don't forget to check out StadiumsCenter.com to submit your creations and links to check out our merch, join the Discord, and follow me on socials for previews of new episodes. Once again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by and checking out more incredible stadiums with me. As always, have a great night, and I hope to see you in the next one.